Oh, yo, let me just say something. So right, crazy today, right? So I'm in church, right? Um, I'm at the church. I went to I actually because of the rain. I'm gonna be real. Like we can't be real with each other. We just ain't be real.
Right.
Now, I woke up. It was pouring. I was like, I ain't leaving my house. Like I was not going to church. But somebody came through and was like, yo, we gonna scoop you up. We gonna go to Willis Church. So I went to Willis Church. So I'm sitting in the front row. Councilman Wallace, his wife, Derek Lawrenson, and who would have thought in a million years AJ Woodson would be sitting in church between two people last name Davis? To my right is Oscar Davis. To my left is former Mayor Davis.
Oh, you just had a Davis sandwich.
Yeah, so it's just like, yo, who would have thought in a million years that I'd be sitting in church with these two people behind? I mean, and I say that to say, like, when the election is over. Now we was on opposing sides because we supported the candidate that's in there. You understand what I'm saying? But when the election is over, that's what Mount Vernon should be about, where everybody can come together. Yo, I sat there with this gentleman today, with the former mayor. We worshiped together. The altar prayer, I turned down. He was kneeling down right next to me at the altar prayer. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a beautiful thing. And even on his way, he told somebody, who would have thought that I'd be calling Damon and AJ friends right now? I was like, yo.
Yeah, that's it. That's what he said?
Yeah, he said, he told me, I think Shanice told me that or something. So he's like, yo. So, you know, I mean, but, and I want to say stuff like that. Like, yo, yes, I personally worked hard on the Richard Thomas campaign. You know what I'm saying? Personally, not Black Westchester, me personally. But, yo, just because he lost, like my problem now, and I've said this to Mayor Davis several times, my problem with Mayor Davis was he had been in 16 years over the last 20 years. He came in January 1996, and the world looks a whole lot different in January 2016. So I thought it was time for him to move on. He has moved on. We are good. I have no problems with Davis, but people are having a problem that I'm cool with him. Like I'm supposed to be his mortal enemy or for whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's not how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? I don't actually have problems with any of the candidates. Some of them have a problem with me. They still move a little gingerly around me. You know, they don't know how to talk and they worried about getting attacked or something. But I don't have a problem with any of them. And that being said, a real man that, okay, so I'm a journalist and I'm the editor-in-chief of Black Westchester, and then we're a talk show host with People Before Politics, both being the voice of the community, giving the information that needs to be get out, you know, and holding politicians' feet to the fire. So this I want to say for the record. Okay, so I personally supported Richard Thomas. I did my best to hold Mayor Ernie Davis feet to the fire and called out things that I did not see was right and get information to the people that was not getting to them. Just because I supported a man doesn't mean when he comes in office that the journalist part of me and the talk show part of me turns off. Now, while I want to see him succeed for Mount Vernon, because Mount Vernon, he fails it's not a good look for Mount Vernon, and we need him to succeed. I will hold his feet to the fire, and I will call anything I need to call out. Now we've given him a little honeymoon, if you will. We let him get in office. We still haven't. We had a couple of letters to the editor, which have been a problem, but we encourage people to write letters to the editor. And all those people, and let me say this on the radio because I've addressed this on Facebook and personally in comments. Yo, a letter to the editor is somebody's opinion. It's not news. It's an op-ed. And we had one today that or the other day that wasn't really nice to the new mayor. And people were like, how can you allow this to print from this person, this, that, and the other? And they had things to say about the person. But they didn't have any problem 2 months ago when she wrote the editorial saying, Mayor Davis, we thank you for your service, but pack your bags, it's time for you to go. And she went in on him. Now, none of those people had a problem with that. now they have a problem because it's about the new mayor. What my point is, we're bringing all this up, just because the player has changed, the game is still the same. It is our job to hold our elected officials' feet to the fire. Now, I am a personal friend of Andre Wallace. I also helped him, worked on his campaign. If he mess up, I'm going to hold his feet to the fire. And about the people that I helped for their campaign, let me put it in perspective. I went hard on Mayor Davis on the things that, were things that y'all, the readers, brought to me, things that we found. We went hard on him. I was living in Atlanta, and I moved back here in 2014. I wasn't here for his elections. I didn't vote for him. I didn't work on his campaign, but I held his feet to the fire. How much more should I hold the person's feet to the fire that I put my name and reputation on the line for, that I voted for, that considered me friend? It is my duty to hold that person's feet to the fire even more, because I expect more from them because I went out for them. I think it gives me a particular, to call out anything that needs to be called out, because I worked on that. You know what I'm saying? I worked hard in that campaign. So I'm just saying, whether you agree or disagree, that's up to you. And I've been very quiet. There's been a lot of blogs. There's been about an email blast. A.J. Woodson and Black Westchester really have not gone in on all that. There's a whole lot of talk on Facebook, and I kind of stay away. I read all of it. I kind of stay away from a lot of that. But I'm saying right now, there's been a brief honeymoon period, but his feet will be held to the fire, just like Davis was, and just like whoever follows him will be. Just because we worked on that campaign gives us more reason to hold his feet to the fire, because
that's right.
Because we worked on that campaign. Like I said, I didn't vote for Davis. Not to say I wouldn't have, but I wasn't here to vote for him. I didn't work on his campaign. I had nothing to do with him being in office, but I held him to the fire. So people that I helped be in office, I'm going to be harder on, because I expect more from them. You know what I'm saying? I went in for them. You know what I mean? Everybody know in the street what I did. So, you know what I'm saying? So it was the worst kept secret in the world. You know what I mean? That I did social media and stuff for him. So I just want to say that for the record. I want to say that on the air, because I'm not going to go back and forth on all these little comments. Now, I understand, you got people that's going to try to defend stuff. Don't come at us that way. Because I'm just saying, you know what I mean? So I'm just putting it out there. We will hold his feet to the fire. If anybody in the Thomas administration and anybody who is a Thomas supporter does not like letters that are not favorable about them, then write a letter saying what you didn't like about it, or write a letter in defense of him or something. But don't try to call me out like I shouldn't post it. You're not calling out the Journal News when they post letters to the editor. You're not calling out Parisi and the Mount Vernon Inquirer, who has some letters that wasn't favorable to Rich. You know what I'm saying? You're not calling them out. So you're not going to call out the only black media because I'm the dude in the street and you see me all the time and I'm cool or whatever. That's not going to happen. We are going to do our job. We can be cool. I told Mayor Davis this when I met him. I told Richard Thomas, City Councilman Richard Thomas, August 2014 when I met him. We could be cool. They could even have done things that have benefited me, but that's not going to stop me from doing my job. Now, I promised them that in the beginning. When Richard Thomas asked me to work on his campaign, I also reiterated that is not going to stop me from doing my job. And if you mess up, I got to go in. You understand that, right? And he understood that. At least he said in the initial. So I don't want to hear from Butch, and I don't want to hear from the Minions, and I don't want to hear from the people down the line from him. I put it out there. I put my word out, and I'm going to keep my word. And when I put something out there, it was A.J. Woodson and Black Westchester. For all of those blogs that have no names on it and all that stuff, y'all don't want to hear nothing about that. So this is probably the last time I'm going to address this. I addressed this one time, and I'm going to address it firmly now. So I just had to get that out. I mean, I have a microphone, so you know what I mean? So you know, I got, like I said, I got a microphone. You don't come at somebody who got a microphone, and I got a pen. So I figured I would air that right away. If anybody has anything to say about that, you got an opinion to that, feel free to call in 718-705-4959. Sound like we got Mr. GQ Smooth just walked in the door.
Yeah, looking like L.A. Reid.
Oh yeah. You know his music business background. He can't get rid of that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it was that swearing in with the cashmere jacket. People like, oh, is that velvet? yo, Mr. GQ Smooth, word up. But anyway, so I just wanted to address that from AJ Woodson. Now, if you got a problem with anything that I said, 718-705-4959.